Love in the Afternoon presents Daytime Dilemma. From Ryan's Hope, Delia is out to spy on Shaban.
Where did you go? Shut up and listen to me. Call me Pepper if you have to say anything at all. If not, I will have you arrested for interfering in a police investigation.
You're not with the police force anymore.
Pepper, you cut that. Is this girl giving you any trouble?
What will happen next? Will Delia destroy Shaban's police cover? Or will Delia and Shaban be arrested? Can you predict the right answer? Tune in tomorrow and find out. Now here's yesterday's Daytime Dilemma and its solution. From One Life to Live, when an abandoned mine caves in, Delilah is left helpless, and it's her cousin Bo who comes to the rescue and saves her life.
I just want you to start feeling well.
You're terrific, huh?
What will Bo say? Aw, shucks, darling, you're making me blush. Or, I've been practicing for a long time now. Here's what happens.
Sure, I mean, I've been practicing for a long time now.
This Daytime Dilemma has been brought to you by ABC. 4:30.
Oh, Mrs. Min, I'm sorry. Yes, it does sound like some kind of a bug. No, you don't worry about a thing. Adam will be fine. Well, to tell you the truth, I really don't know what happened last night. Yeah, he had a little too much to drink, but he's fine. Look, you just take care of yourself and feel better. Yeah, I'll tell her. Goodbye. Well, I didn't think you'd have the nerve to show up here.
Why not?
After last night, I mean. Why didn't you call me?
I was going to, but then I realized how late it was.
Kevin, you said you were going to go down to the studio and make sure Nicole was all right, and then I never heard from you again.
Nicole got home all right, didn't she?
Yes, but I was also worried about you.
All right, when? When did she arrive home? Do you remember?
Not exactly. I don't know, a little after midnight. She showed up with Miles.
Did she say anything?
Like what?
About last night, about where she was.
Well, actually, she did. She said she didn't keep her appointment with Nora Fulton.
Is that what she said?
Exactly. Look, it still doesn't excuse the fact that you didn't call. Why didn't you tell me nobody was at the studio? Do you know what it's like to wait by a phone? Kevin, why are you looking at me like that?
Are you absolutely sure she didn't keep her appointment?
Of course I am. She had to make a choice, and getting Miles home safely was much more important.
I see.
Well, I don't. Why are you looking this way? Kevin, what's the matter?
Judy, Nora Fulton was murdered last night.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that's why I didn't get a chance to call you. I was the one who found her. She was killed at the studio at WMON.
How? Who did it?
I don't know. I mean, I know how. I don't know who. She was strangled.
Oh, Gavin, this is horrible.
I know it is. I wish it weren't true. I wish I hadn't been the one. I got there a little after midnight. The door was locked. I rang the bell, but nobody answered. Then, well, I noticed the door was open. And so I let myself in. And the studio was dark, and she was there in a heap on the floor. There was a black cord around her neck, a kind of cable. I knew she was dead before I even touched her. And I called the police.
Oh, did you hear that? Nora Fulton was murdered.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Folgers Crystals, the coffee that tastes as rich as it looks. And by All Vegetable Crisco. Crisco makes pie crust flaky.
When we have a party, you'll find me dancing, and you'll find Doolittle eating. There's some mighty good Crisco cooks around here, and they all try to outdo each other. So they're always coming up with some great new Crisco recipes, like crispy potato puffs.
Don't taste greasy.
And peach tart, leggy crust. Oh, boy, Annie, those look good.
They're shrimp croquettes.
Oh, well, how'd you make them?
Well, first you chop up your shrimp.
Uh-huh.
Add flour, milk, onions, and spices. Then you mold them and deep fry in Crisco until they're golden brown and crispy. Then you top them with this cream sauce.
That's good cooking, Ma. Why don't you get the recipe?
I will if you get up there and dance.
Look for Loretta's recipes in your favorite women's magazines.
Crisco will use proud every time. Get it, honey, get it.
In New York, known for its fine dining, we're at world-famous Tavern on the Green restaurant. Tonight, we're secretly replacing the fine coffee they normally serve with Folgers crystals. Are Folgers dark, sparkling crystals rich enough to impress New York diners? Let's watch.
Coffee was great, really delicious. I loved it.
It's really rich, really rich coffee flavor.
It's really rich. You can really just taste the flavor.
It's Folgers crystals.
Instant?
Instant.
You're kidding.
Excellent.
Great. I'd absolutely buy it.
You start your morning off with this or finish the day with this. This is good. I like it. It's very good.
Folgers crystals. Coffee rich enough to be served in America's finest restaurants.
I thought you might know, that's all. Gunther was in your place quite a bit. I thought he might have said something. Well, thanks for nothing. Gentlemen.
Spencer. Good morning, Mr. Varney.
Good morning.
Is Mr. Whitney available?
He's asleep.
Well, perhaps you'd better wake him for this.
No, it's not a good idea.
Spencer, this is important.
Gentlemen, he went to bed after 2 o'clock last night. One of the many things he pays me for is to not wake him up too early in the morning.
Yes, well, we're here about 2 matters which concern him. One involving a former employee.
Wait a minute. You're not here about Gunther Wagner, are you?
Why do you ask?
Well, because he's gone. I've just been on the phone trying to find people who might know where he is.
Gone? You mean as in left his job?
Well, I don't know what he had in mind. I do know that he packed up everything and took off sometime late last night.
Spencer, we came to ask Mr. Whitney, and you for that matter, some questions about Nora Fulton.
Nora? Well, actually, she was the first person that I tried to reach, but I don't have a number for her. I thought maybe she and Gunther went off together.
She hasn't gone anywhere. Miss Fulton's dead.
What?
Nora Fulton was murdered last night at Sky Whitney's TV studio.
Oh, God.
Look, do you mind if we talk and study?
No.
Spencer, you said that Mr. Whitney came in very late last night. Had he been home earlier?
No. He'd gone to dinner.
With somebody?
Valerie Bryson.
And where were you?
I went out for a quiet drink by myself. I was home about 1 o'clock.
And you say that Mr. Whitney got home at about 2 o'clock?
That's right.
By himself?
Yes. He knocked on my door, asked what happened to Gunther.
Well, why did he think something happened to Gunther?
Well, he had phoned from the restaurant around midnight. Nobody answered.
And Gunther was supposed to be in the house?
He was supposed to be here waiting for Mr. Whitney's call, yes.
And that's when you realized that Gunther was gone?
I went to his room. I found his stuff missing. He must have been in a genuine hurry.
Oh, why do you say that?
He was owed almost 2 weeks' salary. I know that because I pay him.
Oh, must have been urgent. Look, we understand that Miss Fulton left her job here some time ago. Can you tell me what her exact title was?
Housekeeper.
Do you know when she left? I mean, can you remember exactly?
Yes, it was 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Did she leave of her own volition?
No, she was fired.
Oh, really? What happened?
Well, I suppose you could say it was due to, well, general ineptness.
I see. And you haven't seen her since?
Only briefly. She came back to the house to pick up a few of her personal items. However, she was here last night visiting Gunther.
Oh, yeah? What time?
It was late, a few minutes past 11.
Yeah, how long did she stay here?
Well, not more than 10 minutes. It was the last time that I saw her.
Spencer, is there anything else you'd like to tell us?
No.
Sure?
Nothing at all.
Well, give Mr. Whitney the news. Ask him to call us as soon as he can.
Yes, I will. Detective, do you mind if I ask you a question?
Sure, what?
Will there be an autopsy?
Of course, there's always an autopsy after a murder. Although there isn't much question about the cause of death, she was strangled with a TV cable. Why do you ask, Spencer?
Oh, well, I just wanted to be able to give Mr. Whitney all the details. I'm sure he'll be calling you very soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
someone?
I couldn't stop her.
I want to talk to God.
You taught me this one, Nora.
Well, did you get your money yet, that TV fee?
Nope. But I will in about an hour. And you and I can do whatever we want. We can be out of this town by tomorrow morning.
How many times do I have to tell you I don't want to go?
Well, I do. I want us to have a fresh start. You, me, and the baby.
I don't want the baby.
You still don't understand, do you? You still think you can carry on this cushy job, belting back your boss's liquor, sitting around like a king, just as long as he doesn't happen to be watching. Well, you can't. You have responsibilities now.
I don't want the baby.
You won't have a job when I get through talking to the police. I will tell them everything. Listen, Whitney has no idea what I can pull off. Now listen, I will take care of him, and I will take care of that flunky Spencer.
Why the hell do you have to give so much people so much trouble?
Let's just say I'm buying out your contract for 25 grand.
Sure.
Listen, don't you know why I'm doing all this? I love you, don't you know that? Hey, I want a home. I want a family. I want our own little house. I want you to come home to me at night. I want you to hold me in your arms in front of a fireplace.
I don't want to live that kind of life, Nora. Don't you know that?
Well, you got no choice. So you get used to it. Now look, I gotta go. I gotta get to the station by midnight. Big. The future's waiting for us.
Right here, drink this.
No, really, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Maybe a sip or two of brandy.
No, please, it's much too early. I'm really feeling much better now. I was just so shocked. Nora Fulton's been murdered.
I know, I felt the same way.
Gavin, you were the one who found her?
It was gruesome, to say the least.
You went down to the studio to look for me, is that right?
Jody was concerned about you, so I thought I'd go down to make sure you were okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You were the one who called the police, then?
The hardest part was waiting till they got there, being alone with the... Anyway, it only took them a few minutes to get there, but it seemed like an eternity. I told them what happened.
Oh, what did you tell them?
Only that you were working late, and I wanted to make sure that you got home all right. And that I saw someone leave the studio.
You saw someone? Who?
I'm not really sure. I was going to make a phone call to Jody, see if you'd come back here. I heard a sound, saw the door open, and someone came out.
Gavin, maybe you saw Nora's murderer.
Well, that's what the police are thinking. The door was locked from the inside. There's no one else there. I can vouch for that. No one left while I was there.
Wait a second, how can you be sure? I mean, that's a big studio. Maybe somebody slipped out when you arrived.
No, impossible. I had my eyes on both doors, and then when the cops got there, they searched every inch of the place.
Then it must have been the person you saw. Could you tell if it was a man or a woman?
No.
Well, I'm sure it's much too early to know anything definite. The police probably haven't even begun their investigation, have they?
I'm sure they're gearing up this morning.
Yeah.
How's Miles, Nicole?
Oh, he's not feeling very well. He had a very bad night. In fact, that's why I came down here to get him some coffee. I think I left
You
town.
just sit down and I will, I'll take it upstairs.
No, I'll take it up to him. I'm sure he won't want to see anyone but me at the moment. Thank you, dear.
Poor Nicole, she looks so thunderstruck. This has hit her very hard.
You wanna be a model, it's a nervous time for you. You're feeling so tense, but frame after frame, your style is coming through. Soft and dry, roll on will help hide when you're nervous. inside.
Soft and Dry creates a new roll-on. Its dryer formula dries super fast to fight nervous perspiration better than the leader.
Soft and Dry roll-on will help hide when you're nervous inside.
What secret bombshells will be revealed in MASH's final episode? Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
Will Hawkeye's craziness turn into insanity? And can heaven wait for Father Mulcahy? It's an exclusive in this week's National Enquirer. Did Dragnet's Jack Webb have to die? How can you tell if your Romeo is a fake?
Then the Enquirer.
Did Tom Selleck's divorce settlement give his wife the gold mine or the shaft? Find out in the Enquirer. Over 100 features for people with inquiring minds.
Like me.
Feeling better?
Saving my life.
Oh, quite a responsibility.
Wouldn't be the first time. You know something? I'm surprised to wake up here this morning. I'm surprised you let me back in the house.
Oh, come on, don't be ridiculous.
I'm not being ridiculous. After what happened, what I put you through, I don't know why you put up with it.
I don't know why I do either. But I do. I even tracked you down last night. Do you remember any of that?
Frankly, I don't.
Well, it's a pity. I went to a lot of trouble.
I'm sorry, my mind is a blank page about last night. I got nobody to blame except myself.
Feeling guilty?
Terribly.
You must remember something about yesterday. Must be something on that blank page.
Well, I think I remember getting to that bar and starting right off with my liquid diet.
You didn't have anything to eat at all yesterday?
Well, I think I remember the bartender insisted I ate something. I let him fix me a sandwich. I don't know how much I had of it.
You must be starving.
No, food is the last thing on my mind right now.
You passed out in the bar. Do you remember that?
I guess I must have. Except I remember a telephone call, talking to somebody.
Bartender found your ID in your wallet and called here. You spoke to Jody, then she called me, and I went down to get you, but you'd already left.
It was a big help, wasn't I?
You don't remember leaving the bar at all?
No, I don't.
Well, you didn't get very far, because I found you about a block away from the bar, lying on the sidewalk. You must have fallen down and hit your head. That's what happened up here.
Good old Doc Cavanaugh, the village drunk.
You don't remember any of that?
No, all I remember is finding myself on the front seat of our car with you right beside me, wondering how in the world I got there. I don't know why you do put up with me. More trouble than I'm worth.
The troubles are over.
I'm sorry, Chief, it's just not ready yet. You got 2 fingers? Type it yourself. Yes, sir. Come in. You guys just come from the Whitney mansion?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we didn't get to see Whitney, though. He was still asleep.
That's all right. I'll see him later myself. What'd Spencer Varney tell you?
Well, he said that Nora Fulton left about 2 weeks ago, that she was fired.
That's okay. We discovered something much more interesting.
Yeah, what's that?
Guess who was among the missing this morning?
Who?
Gunther Wagner.
Yeah, he flew the coop last night. Now, that's a strange coincidence, isn't it?
Why? Didn't somebody once tell me that he and Nora Fulton were...
Yeah, they've known each other a long time. Oh, they go back about 3-4 years at least.
Apparently, it was a case of lovers being reunited when those two were hired by the Whitney household. But from what I understand, their relationship was far from smooth.
Oh, Tyler, don't mince words. What are you saying? You think Gunther Wagner's a good suspect?
Well, according to Spencer Varney, Gunther Wagner was the last person to see Nora Fulton alive.
Sore throat? Say ah. Septic. The ah in Chloraseptic is for fast temporary relief of minor sore throat pain.
Septic.
Doctors and pharmacists have been recommending Chloraseptic for over 20 years. When your throat hurts, say ah. Chloraseptic. Liquid, lozenges, and children's Chloraseptic. Fast relief for sore throat pain.
Ah.
Inside every Duncan Hines brownie, there's a deep, dark difference.
Sure looks chocolatey. How's it taste?
Deep, dark, and delicious.
Goodness.
The deep, dark difference in a Duncan Hines brownie is its chocolatey moistness. Compared to another leading mix, ours are chocolatier and moister.
Try one. Well.
Deep, dark, delicious. Duncan Hines brownies. Deep, dark, and delicious.
Open your Publishers Clearinghouse mailing and help make something special happen. Special Olympics. Inside are over $5 worth of Procter & Gamble coupons that can help special athletes reach their goal. For each coupon you redeem by January 22nd, Procter & Gamble will donate 5 cents to Special Olympics. Check each coupon here, and you'll double the amount that goes to helping them realize their dreams. It's your chance to save, their chance to be proud.
Well, for the first time since this scheme was devised, I have hopes for it.
You may have even more because of my call from Raven yesterday.
Yes, now, tell me about that.
Well, I don't know how important it is. However, she did say Ian Devereaux is conferring privately with this man, Snell, and she thinks that he's a conspirator of Ian. There were no other details, but I urged her to keep on trying.
Well, it sounds good. Now let's hope it leads to something. Now that Raven and Devereaux are in the Caribbean together, I have the feeling it's going to produce the closeness we've been hoping for.
Good. I'm glad to hear you say that, because then that'll mean that we won't get Valerie involved in this anymore.
It's a shame what happened to her in the mountains. Which brings me to the other reason I wanted to have this meeting this morning. I want to ask both of you if you think there might be any connection between the incident in the mountains and the espionage case. You see, I'm always very suspicious of things that look like coincidence.
Apparently there is no connection, David. This man Parrish, who went after Skye, was just a frightened employee facing criminal charges because he had been stealing money from one of Whitney's companies.
All right, good. Well, then all signals are go as far as Valerie Bryson and Skye Whitney are concerned.
Wait a minute, David, I guess I have to make my point again. I mean, is the relationship between Skye and Valerie such an essential part of the scheme?
Nancy, I keep trying...
David, let me interrupt, please. Nancy has been very upset about Valerie's involvement in this because she's really only an innocent bystander.
Derek Mallory feels the same way. Derek knows that it's unfair, terribly unfair, for her to be made to think that Skye's feelings for her are genuine when they aren't.
We know that Skye's only concern is to show his lack of interest in Raven to Devereaux. But Valerie doesn't know that.
We are very fond of her, David. I mean, she's like our daughter.
Listen, my friends, I know how you feel. I'm not unmindful of what you're saying, believe me. And I don't like playing roulette with other people's lives or emotions either. But as painful as it is dealing in these falsehoods, Nancy, it would be far more painful if that phone book falls into the wrong hands and leads to heaven knows what kind of catastrophe. Now, at the moment, we're dealing with the only ammunition we have, and it is a very delicate balance. Now, we can't do anything to disturb that.
Okay, if this affair in the Caribbean works, you won't use Valerie anymore. I mean, that is possible.
Yes, that is possible. But please don't count on it.
I thought I got rid of you two. Yeah, but when you see what we brought you, you're gonna love it. Just ran into Doc Fisher downstairs. Miss Fulton's autopsy report.
Give me that.
All right, what does it say?
Well, let me look. Cause of death, strangulation.
Oh, terrific. We needed an autopsy to tell us that.
I don't take nothing for granted. I want to see it in black and white and in my hands.
Look, Chief, does it say anything else? I mean, anything unusual?
Is strangulation unusual enough?
Well, we thought after what Spencer Varney told us.
You mean because he was interested in this?
Yeah. We thought there was a chance he might be insinuating Nora Fulton was pregnant.
Pregnant? Forget it. Forget it. She was absolutely not pregnant.
China has just invented a product so new, so effective, we're keeping the name top secret. It's a cat litter deodorizer concentrated to work like nothing ever has. At every litter change, just add 1 pouchful. These concentrated deodorant pellets stop odors before they start. Sound effective? It is. So new and effective, we're keeping the name top secret. New top secret cat litter deodorizer. Keeps litter odors top secret.
Wake up and shout hooray when you start out the day. To be a woman now is such a kick, and how you've got a friend along the way. Of being a woman, have a great, great Woman's Day.
This month in Woman's Day, enjoy 18 mouth-watering pasta recipes from James Beard's new cookbook. Plus free, ready-to-mail Valentine postcards for the ones you love.
You've got a friend along the way. Of being a woman, have a great, great Woman's Day.
Tuesday, Jack's caught in the act with Larry's sister. I'll kill him. Three's company. And fighting over the same lover gets a little messy.
Oh, how clumsy of me.
9 to 5. Then, it's a high-flying second honeymoon till a killer brings them down, heart to heart.
Oh, baby, everything's in such a terrible mess, I don't even know where to start to sort it all out.
Did Nicole say anything about the money she was going to give to Nora?
No, she hasn't even mentioned it. Anyway, Nora's death has put an end to any kind of arrangement Nicole was going to make. She has no use for the money now.
Then that means that Nicole didn't get the confession she wanted. All of it was for nothing.
Exactly. For nothing. Gavin, what is it?
What's what?
There's something you're not telling me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. I can tell. I can always tell.
All right, look, would you just stop trying to pick my brain?
Gavin, it has to do with last night. I know you. It's not like you not to call here. First of all, you would have wanted to know if Nicole was home safely.
It just had to do with the time, Jody. I thought we'd have plenty of time this morning. All right, there is something.
What is it?
I told the police that I saw someone coming out of the studio in a big rush. But I didn't tell them that I saw who that person was.
Who?
It was Nicole.
I see you brought cake, too. They're beautiful. How did you get your cake so unbelievably high?
It's new Dream Cake. I used regular cake mix.
So did I.
But to the regular cake mix, I added Dream Whip Whip topping and Jell-O brand pudding and pie filling for a cake that's higher than ordinary cake.
Scrumptiously moist. Lusciously light. I'll have Dream Cake, too.
Me too.
Next time I'll bring flowers. Or new Dream Cake.
Which would you rather serve?
Grandma! Oh, you're the only one we'd leave Max with.
Max. He loves you. And he loves Gravy Train.
Now he loves something better.
Oh, come on.
It's true, Gran.
It's improved Gravy Train.
It has a richer, thicker, real meat gravy.
Lot like homemade.
You can add water to the leading dog food or gravy up a better taste with Gravy Train dog food.
My old friend has a new love.
Gravy it up with improved Gaines Gravy Train.
Tonight, Flip is on a collision course with the Fonz when he starts running with the wrong crowd who drink and drive on happy days. Then it's a night of international hilarity when Squiggy gets captured by the KGB, and Laverne has to fake it as a ballerina to set him free. On Laverne and Shirley, tonight on ABC.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, it's down to the wire for the President's Social Security Commission. Can this week's talks help avoid a $200 billion deficit by the end of the decade? Could your benefits be reduced in the future? ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
Reminder for today, knock on plastic.
and buy tickets for 42nd Street. Call Telecharge 246-0730.
I'm Roseanne Scamberdello. Coming up on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, dramatic videotape from inside Ossining State Prison during the uprising. Also, how the takeover ended. We'll have team coverage and this report.
Tyrone is only 17 days old, and the North Shore Animal League took a pretty big chance by operating on him, but he's pretty glad because it saved his life. I'm Vince Lipari, and I'll have that report.
Billy Martin back in pinstripes, all this and more at 5 o'clock.
We're watching our weight.
And you'd never guess what we're eating for lunch. Bread.
That's right, Sahara bread. The pita that lets me indulge without the bulge.
Introducing Sahara Bread, the pita with only 80 calories. No fats or sugar added. So fill a Sahara with the things you love.
Sahara's delicious, only 80 calories. It lets me indulge without the bulge.
Sahara Bread from Thomas's, the English muffin people.
We're gonna get us some kibbles and bits. Kibbles and bits. Kibbles and bits. We're gonna get us some kibbles and bits.
It's the bit that makes it better. Quite a bit better than dry alone.
Kibbles and bits. Kibbles and bits. We're gonna get us some kibbles and bits.
We start with a great-tasting, crunchy kibble, but we don't stop there. Look, we add a generous portion of tender ground beef-style bits, and that's the bit that makes it better. Quite a bit better than dry alone.
Kibbles and bits. Kibbles and bits. We're gonna get us more kibbles and bits.
Quite a bit better.
Tuesday, it's a high-flying second honeymoon till a killer brings them down. Heart to heart.
Stouffer's pizza tastes like it does because of the tangy cheeses and spices, the rich, thick tomato sauce, and all those special toppings. And then we put all those good things on a crunchy French bread crust. So when you taste our pizza, you'll hear how good it is.